So tonight I watched Darnell Martin's I Like It Like That, which you can rent on Amazon for $3. I believe it's the first African American female filmmaker to have a film produced at a major film studio. That's what it says all over the internet, so I'm going to assume that history is correct. If I am wrong, please let me know. It debuted at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's set in the Bronx, um, mostly among a Puerto Rican neighborhood, and it stars Lauren Velez as a mother who has three children and a ne'er-do-well husband who is most likely having an affair with the owner or the owner of the daughter of the owner. I can't really tell, of the liquor store on the corner, also known as the neighborhood tramp. Now, if you read there's more. I'll get to that in a second. But if you read the Wikipedia description, the lead character is referred to as having a transgender sister. If you read the Amazon description, which unfortunately I think is the original 1994 short blurb, it says her. What does it say? It's horrific. Hold on, I'm gonna read it. It just went away. Now come back. Oh, her gender confused brother. The cat. So that's very transphobic and kind of awful to have as a description, and especially considering that's still the description on there on like Amazon and probably other places, because the character is very much transgender, and it's very for the most part not used for any jokes. It's very sensitive portrayal of what she's going through, trying to be accepted as who she is. It's not a major plot point in the film. It's the film is mostly about the Lauren Velez character, but I think despite that description, it's really well handled. Although it does have the trope of trans abuse, which, while is often what you see in the storytelling world for trans people, is also violence towards trans women, especially trans women of color, is astronomically high 20 years later still. And a lot of that is done by the hands of their relatives. So that's kind of what happens in this film. So that's a little bit of a warning for that. And also the character is played by a cis man, because that's like Hollywood 20 years later is still doing that. However, the person that plays her is Native American, although he's playing Puerto Rican, so I don't know if that's a plus in anywhere. Hollywood. Anyways, it also has Rita Moreno, and she's sort of a caricature. I don't really like her character at all. As the mother-in-law who hates her, the lead character. So her husband, their children break her stereo, so her husband is going to get her a new one, but she's like, doesn't believe him. And then a power goes out, and he joins in the looting to get her this stereo and ends up in jail. And it's $1,500 to pay the bail, and he's the only one that works in the family, so they have no money. He's not working because he's in jail. But he also won't let her get a job, and he's more insistent that she go on welfare. But she discovers that on welfare she can't get, on food stamps she can't pay for diapers, and she has a baby and she needs diapers, and so this is not working. So she attempts to go become a model. That doesn't really work out, but she inadvertently ends up getting a job assisting a record producer played by Griffin Dunn, who is trying to figure out how to market his Latin talent, and she is the market, and therefore her insight is very helpful. There's more to this film than that, but that's the basic plot. But it's very much like a slice of life in this neighborhood. Darnell Martin grew up in the Bronx, and she worked on this screenplay for a very long time. So it's full of color and life and reality. And I'm really surprised that it was made by a studio. Studio would not make a movie like this nowadays. This is definitely like more independent fodder. I'm surprised they even made it in 1994, to be honest. There's borderline child abuse. There's drug dealers. There's actually no police brutality. That's like one thing that's not in there. There's lots of yelling. It's very rated R. It's lots of just, I don't know how to say this. Colorful is the best way, I guess. Colorful is not right, though. Just very, what's the opposite of calm? Turbulent? There we go. Very turbulent home life depicted. But also sort of an interesting look at neighborhood life and how neighbors are both helpful and can be a bit of a pain when they're very gossipy and spread rumors and lies and things. And then there's a lot with like women and motherhood and what a woman should be doing with her life and who she belongs to and does she belong to herself and how does she define herself? Is she allowed to even define herself based on herself? There's a lot of themes in this movie. I really liked it a lot. I'm just really surprised it got made. It's sort of like Just Another Girl on the IRT. Like these are these movies that these women made in the 90s that it's like, wow. I'm so happy that they got made, and I'm so surprised that they got made, and it's kind of depressing that I'm surprised that they got made because we need movies made by everybody. So you should rent this. It's on Amazon. It's like $3 to rent it. It's definitely not like anything you've seen before.